Hello and welcome to the Marley and Elena show. Today we're going to talk through heartbreak and love and affection. Of course, three of my favorite topics, as you see, because I'm very much trying to put myself out in the world as a bit of a player, of course, but more probably of the World of Warcraft variety. Today is going to be a discussion about what's been really going on. We've not seen Elena for a couple of weeks. We want to know what's going on with her. We want to know what's going on with a lot of people, really. It's been a bit of a transitional couple of weeks. I find, we've had new lockdown plans. Sport has returned. Everything's starting to get back to normal. A new vaccine, for example, has come in. Well, however many we do not know. There's been loads. So we're going to go through a bit of them today, and then we're going to um, get back to the heartbreak and enjoy the rest of the show. So I'm Marley Worth. This is,
Elena.
and we'll be with you shortly.
Whoa, relax, radio. আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020 7474 9292 আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from £99 a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, yeah, 24 hours. And let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay. Relax Radio.
Hello, welcome back to the show. A bit of a funny transition there. Elena just said to me she's surprised I have a heart, which is which is a lovely way of saying that you're rather uncaring and very insensitive a lot of the time. But yeah, I do care. I've had some. Today, obviously, the theme is heartbreak and love and affection, of course, and of course, as anyone that listens to the show knows about me myself, I don't really talk about things within unless like I'm really feeling them. So the things that I'm going through and what really matters to me particularly. So I've kind of hinted at as long as I've done the show of kind of like what I've been going through the last few months of lockdown and who I was kind of seeing, who I was into around the time. So like I had this girl that was living with me. She was lovely, and then she went back to home, which was France, and then she went obviously during lockdown. Spent like a month and a half, 2 months together, and then she went back to France, which was devastating in itself. And then maintained contact, which was great. And she came back over for about a month, a month and a bit. To stay in London, see me, those sort of things didn't particularly work out well for me because of my because we had a bit of an argument. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Then we reconnected, and it's very difficult a lot of time to put yourself out there. I think that there's not enough explanation throughout life, like what to do in these situations, because it's you kind of just got to wing it. I know it's like natural human evolution to used to these things and all that, but if you're not really used to it, you're kind of concerned because there's so much put on about you've got to show your true feelings, kind of like not reveal too much because you might freak someone out, for example. So it's quite daunting in many ways to put yourself out there. So I decided, for the first time, I'd put it out there, like how I felt about her, and she responded in kind by saying, "She sees me at this moment 'cause of the distance. She's trying to chill and also see me as a friend." And it was been really tough to take. Like I woke up this morning, like after speaking to her last night, and I don't know, I'm just thrown by it, and it's really, really it's gonna be a depressing couple hours basically. I don't know what to say. Like I've just it's really she's laughing at me already, you see. And this is the thing, like I pull my heart out and people just find it amusing. I mean, that's the only good thing that comes from it. Like I know eventually I'll laugh at this. Because I always do. Like I've had so many stories like this throughout my life. Like, so many. It's not even funny like how it is funny, but the amount of times I've been in this situation is just that's what I don't know. This is what makes this one quite upsetting because this particular girl I was very into. I still have feelings for her. I'm not going to sit there and pretend that like because she said this one thing that's going to change everything. Um, it's like you think that the things are going to work out and you're going to find people that connect with you, and for me it turns out you don't. Unfortunately, it's all kind of in your own head and it doesn't work out. Timings never work out, and it's just devastating to deal with, really. It really is. You don't really learn that. Like, there's no. I mean, you can't really teach that, but you don't really know how to emotionally deal with these sort of things. I mean, what would you recommend?
To get
Distracted.
Yeah, to talk about this.
Well, that's why I thought bring it up today because I've been hinted at before, but I don't know, it's been a long time coming. Like I knew this, I kind of knew this would be the answer in a sense. Like, well, I wasn't expecting it exactly. I was hoping that I mean, my plan was this: there was going to be a lockdown. My plan was to go to France throughout these last few weeks, really around this time, and see her. I mean, that was the plan, and it's not happening essentially.
I mean, after the 2nd of December, you can go there.
I could go there, but I mean, I can't really. Can I go there just to be friends? It's too close. It's too close. I wouldn't visit her, but it's one of them in which it's like you spend time with someone and you think it's going a certain way, and then to go over and it's kind of brought to a bit of a halt. It's like, do I really want to jump into that pain again?
Mm-hmm.
As much as I'd love to see her, I really, really would, because I'd left it so badly before that it'd be nice to kind of have some closure to it, I suppose. But it's really, really, really hard. I'm not going to pretend it was rather difficult to deal with. It harks me back to like previous times in my life when I've dealt with girls. Like I don't know, I've probably told all these stories, but there was one time I had when the girl. Well, I told the story about when the girl got off my best friend, and I end up apologizing to her because I went crazy when I saw that, and it's understandable. You'd go crazy when your friend gets off of the girl you like, of course, understandable. But I was made to look mental. So I had to write. Well, I didn't have to, but I wrote this apology thing.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with her. Like this guy, I was very upset. I wrote a poem. I did. Like this is the thing. I write poems and things for women that don't love me.
Can you read the poem now?
No, it's called. I'll tell you what the title is. It's called "Honesty is the Bane of Humanity."
Okay.
That's the title. It was she's the only one that's ever read it, other than me. And I want to keep it that way, I think. But it's I don't know. Like as a thing, the thing is, like, I'm sick of pretending. Like in life, you kind of you want this bravado. Like I don't really care, and I'm not really bothered about things that impact me. A lot of the time, the girls that I've done, I've had better relationships with. Normally, have been the ones that I don't really care about, to be honest. But the ones I do, it just feels like. I don't know, it just feels like you're always in a losing battle. Really, you always come up short, and a lot of time I think it's through pretending to be something you're not, or trying to conform to what you think society's expectations of how you should interact with people. And I don't know. I get tired of that. Really, I'd rather everyone just be upfront all the time because it's really, really depressing to think. It's all about playing games and secrets and lies, and what one person says, what they really mean. It's just really exhausting. I mean, I find it really, really tedious and really boring and very sad, to be honest with you. As opposed to like putting out your feelings, being like, "Yes, I'm the sort of man that writes poems for women that don't love me," you know,
Hmm.
which is nice, I suppose. But I don't know. What about you? Like, what's your reaction to that? Do you understand any of that? You know,
What do you mean?
like, I mean, have you been through a situation where like you're you have feelings for someone and then it just doesn't no it just doesn't work out because of not just because of distance but because a person necessarily doesn't feel the same way because of what you've done. Have you ever had that at all?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you describe it, please? Or do you know you're not comfortable? Or
No, yeah, but what do you want me to describe? Like how I felt?
well, you're not just how you felt. Like, what was the situation?
I mean, I think the first time that I've been like most heartbroken, it was when I was 16, 17.
Oh, what happened?
16. Yeah, I was super in love with a guy that I was super in love with him in high school, but then I changed to another school.
Oh,
So I don't know why, but when I changed from one school to the other one, all my classmates from my last school stopped talking to me.
oh, really?
Yeah, they got upset with me.
Why? She left.
Yeah, and they just decided to stop talking to me. And obviously, I was flirting with him for a really long time. And then a common friend made a party, like maybe a year later, 2 years later. We
Mm.
met at that party.
Did
Mm,
you get together?
what?
Did you two get together at that party or?
No, because I had a boyfriend at that time.
Oh,
But I really wanted to. But then I decided to go to my ex boyfriend first, talk to him, explain what happened. Like,
mm,
look, if I have feelings for another guy, it means that I don't feel the right thing for you. So I
mm.
just broke up with him. And then when I sorted out everything with him, I went to talk to the other one, and we started dating for a few days. But
So you got loads of guys that I never have that. You see, it's only like one at a time. It's like I tell you why, because I can never interact with more than like one woman at a time. I find it rather difficult. Like I find if I'm into someone, that's the only person I can think about. Like literally the only
No,
person.
honestly, the same. I'm the same. But I don't know. It was this guy. So he was my boyfriend. He was like a person from the past.
Mm.
So
Well, it's I don't know. It's really. I mean, I think what makes it really difficult, I suppose, is for me at least at the moment, is I mean, it's difficult. You can't really meet anyone now. Like, there's like this is gonna be like a full. By the time it's over, it's like a full year of being stifled and not really being able to meet anyone new. When you think about it, by the time like the hopefully lockdown's completely over, because everything's kind of a bit people much more reluctant to meet new people around this sort of time due to the fact that it is lockdown. It's like you are banned from seeing other people. So it's really restricts you in your scope and ability to meet someone new, for example. It's like social places I would normally go to meet people. I can't go
mhm.
anymore. I can't do gigs and meet people at gigs. I mean, I met her when she was living with me. You know what I mean? That's the only person I met her. So like, in terms
Mhm.
of anywhere else, like I'm not going to university. Like by the time university, I won't even be able to. And plus, like even the things like the student union aren't even open, and I can't even go. By the time I go there again, I'll be too old. It'd be weird.
Yeah. I mean, my flatmate uses an app.
Oh, what app?
Mm, mm, I don't know because it's not Tinder, but mm,
I hate apps as well.
Mumble, is that an app?
Bumble,
Yeah.
Mumble.
Whatever.
Now
I
Mumble's
don't,
a
I don't... Okay, then Bumble.
Bumble, yeah.
Bumble. Yeah, she
No,
uses that.
she.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
What?
my flatmate.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
she
but
uses that.
I'm going to say something that's going to be quite sexist here.
Okay.
But I'm just going to say it out now. I mean, I don't think she's struggling to get matches on an app.
I don't think so. She's
No,
very
no,
pretty.
exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. And she'll get people. And Bumble's the one she can choose who she messages as well. So she's in the power seat there. It's the woman that has to send the message first on Bumble.
Oh.
Yeah, I know all the stuff. But no, I don't. I don't like. You chat to someone on there. I swear to God. Yeah, and it's going well. You think, yeah, and then it's just. Then it just. I don't know if they do it for an ego boost or something, which I could completely understand. But I'm sitting there like messaging someone, going like trying to be, witty as hell, and which I sometimes succeed, sometimes fail, depending on how they take it. But it's worth a risk. And I'm sitting there, and there's no response afterwards. And it's just like, what's going on? I know you've read that, but you just don't care. it's just ending it. I just thought this is terrible endings. You know, it's just depressing. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just destined to be alone. I think that just might be the case.
No.
I think it might be. I don't know. I'll be real. Ever, it just doesn't. Nothing works out. It's fine, but at least I'd like to just know at this point. But I don't know. It got a bit depressing there for a second again. But yeah, so but that's the thing. Like you meet someone like you meet someone that you've really you put yourself everything in there, and then it just doesn't work out, and it's just really difficult to deal with, and it's really sad. And just I don't know. It wasn't really impacting me, but I don't know. I just woke up. I suppose because I spoke to her last night. That's probably what did it. But 'cause I spoke to her directly after I was on the phone for about an hour, and it's just kind of sad, really. And what can you do? What can I do? I can't really do anything about it, really, other than just
Accepted.
wallow in despair, I suppose. Acceptance, yeah, I suppose, yeah, I could accept it, but where's the fun in that? Who knows? I it reminds me like it's difficult to maintain friendships with people as well. I think the reason I agreed to be friends with her as well, I think it's because she lives in France. It's like I could be friends with someone who lives in France. If she lived in the UK, I couldn't do it. I don't think.
What do you mean being friends now? After
No.
breakup?
Like, I couldn't be friends with her if she lived in England. I don't think, and didn't want to go out with me. I don't think I could at this stage, at least. Because she's in France, it's like I don't mind being friends because like I'm not going to see her for I don't know when. Don't know when next time I'm going to see her. I'm not going to be around her. You know what I mean? As opposed to I've seen people that I've had the same sort of friendship groups with, and if you like them, and it doesn't work out, you're going to be around them all the time anyway. So it's like more difficult to deal with. She looks at me with the most sad face. But yeah, this is what I'm feeling at the moment. I just wanted to, I suppose, a bit of a 15-minute sweaty despair conversation. When we come back, we're going to discuss something else other than my complete heartbreak and my sadness. It's fine, everyone. I'm glad it's going to be on the air for Relaks Radio. I'm glad everyone is enjoying it, as they should. And we'll be back soon. I'm Marley Worth. This is
Elena.
And we'll be back shortly after this.
Relaks Radio. Whoa, Relaks Radio. আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020-7474-9292. আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from £99 a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, 24 hours, and let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist, or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay.
Relax Radio.
Hello, we're back. So I read her the poem that I wrote, and I did promise I wouldn't show anyone, but I read it out. She said she was getting very rather emotional.
He is super talented,
Yeah,
honestly.
I know. Unfortunately, she doesn't think so, but there we go. It's. I mean, thankfully, I got encouraged by people that it's fine to express these sort of things. I think people need to know what's going on, and I think especially during lockdown, I think it really enhanced and made it worse because not just because you're not able to meet anyone, but you spend the whole time just in your home. You're not really interacting with people. I mean, this is like one of the only times I really go out now. Essentially, I mean, I can't see anyone, so it's just going to this radio show. Really, I mean, other than that, it's just kind of a couple hours for me to dump all my emotions. That's what the whole thing is. That was the whole intention behind the show in the first place. To be honest, it wasn't necessarily anything too professional. It was simply let me have just 2 hours where I can just, get everything out there and just wallow and just express everything. And hopefully people appreciate that because, it's hard. They don't, everyone likes to pretend, I think, that they can't deal with it. But everyone's been there, I think. And I feel I've been there more than most. But I proper dive into someone if I realize it's annoying actually. It's actually annoying how much I care. Like I wish I didn't to a certain extent. But then again, you do think to yourself, like, is it really bad? Like that's who you are. You do jump into these things, but like if I really like someone, I throw everything into them, and I just care like a lot. Like I really do. Like I'd do anything. That's not even an exaggeration of like some meatloaf stuff. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Like, I would do anything. You know. So, any prospective women out there, listen to that. Hopefully, you can attest and like the Wallows of Heartbreak. Hopefully, preferably you'll be French like the last one. That'd be nice, just to have something similar. Oh god, that sounds weird now. Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, you just talk like, oh, just be very stoic and you don't really care and you're meant to be uptight and it's masculinity is like expressing yourself. But this is probably why men die earlier. It's because they just don't express any of their emotional feelings. That's why women like die like a few years later. Like you know what I mean? That's like let's get real here. Like a lot more men kill themselves than women do. That's a real problem. And it's not something that I've not thought about myself in many ways. It's like you understand. I understand that mindset. I understand why people sit there and think there's nothing really to live for at times. I'm not saying there isn't, and there is. I like that. I think that the trick is to try and find meaning in things and find meaning for yourself, things for your passions to keep you going. But I've been there. And I struggled. I struggled when I was younger. Like when I was like 15, when I was 16, like the last like. I struggle every single time. Like, and it's really, really difficult to really maintain a positive mindset. To be honest with you, like it's, and I get sick. Like I feel like when I put it out there and I go, I express that, and I do say how I feel about myself at times, and I feel like at times you just go on. I feel like I'm boring people, just going on and on about it a lot of the time, because it's. I remember, like I had a friend. It is one of my biggest regrets, really, in life. Was this guy I knew. Unfortunately, he's not here with us. I committed suicide, unfortunately. He was a good. We weren't like super close friends. We weren't super close friends. Like there was a period of time when I was 18 years old. We hung out a lot around this sort of time. We hung out a few times, and he had similar to me. Had the kind of like moments of feelings of like depression and things like that. He'd be up and down, and we'd have a laugh, and he'd express what he was going through. The last few times I saw him, he was getting progressively worse and was feeling really, really down and about life and about what was going on. And the last time I saw him, I remember seeing him outside a nightclub when I was feeling particularly down as well. And I was feeling particularly down because of another heartbreak with another woman. This always happens. But he was outside there, and he was I was outside GOY in London. It's the last time I saw him, and he was there, and he was just talking about how how he's going through and wanted to kind of connect and see what's going on. And I was like, yeah, but got his number, but I had no intention of calling him, and it's like because it was like being around him was very, very difficult for me because he reflected how I felt a lot of the time. So it was like looking at myself in the mirror, like a worse version, really, like one that's a few years more down the road because he was older than me, and it was very, very difficult to look at him really, and to be like, okay, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I could help him, if I could chat to him. Like I just at that time I just couldn't be around him, and that was the last time I saw him, and it wasn't long after that. I don't think they eventually committed suicide and he died. And the difficulty of that was, I mean, it's, I didn't harp on and give myself like it was my fault that he died or anything like that, or I could have really done anything. But I'm very disappointed in myself that I didn't put forward myself to try to at least chat to him, or at least because he wanted to, and I didn't, because I was too concerned with how I was feeling and what he represented about like myself. So I really that's why when I kind of like try and share things more nowadays is because I can see his mentality, I can see what was going on. Is because he got to the point where I feel a lot of people kind of gave up on him, and that's not to say that they were necessarily wrong or right, like, because everyone's a human, man. Not everyone can deal with these sort of things. There's a lot of heavy stuff in the world, and it's really, really difficult. And I can understand people distance himself, but me personally, just knowing how I feel about myself, sometimes I really regret that, because I could have. I feel like if I'm looking back on like not looking back on someone that feels the same way as I do, I feel like I'm kind of like betraying myself and my like who I try and be, my ideals, really. And it's something I don't want to ever do again. And thankfully, I've not been in that situation again. I've not really met anyone that's had those sort of thoughts. At least not that I'm aware of, or I've caught up on. Or very close friends that I do care about, and I may try and maintain talks to them most days. But never had that situation when anyone was kind of like reflected on how, like, at least as bad as how I could feel about myself at times. So, I mean, I think that was probably a lesson for me in the end, that him going through that, the kind of has probably partially made me realize that, you shouldn't, at least I shouldn't, kind of turn my back on people like that. I don't think I really regret that, and I still think about that sometimes, and it's very difficult to deal with. But yeah, God, it's a heavy show, isn't it? Let's see. You okay?
Yeah.
You okay? So I feel like I'm leaving a lot of you out, lot of you out today. I'm sorry, but I just
No. It's just I don't know what to say.
It's just I don't know. I just don't know. I just feel like saying this stuff today. I don't know why.
If you feel it, just let it go. I think it's better for you.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's the only way I can express it, really, because I don't really I don't cry, for example. Like, I've not cried in over 14 years.
Why not?
Last time, not that long, sorry, it's an exaggeration. I've not cried since 13 years now, I think. The reason I haven't is because I don't know. I've just not been able to. I've not really felt that just not happened. Like, I've had things happen and I've just not really felt sad. I felt sad, but that sad for me normally turns into like anger.
Okay.
A lot of times, so I normally like smash stuff, hurt myself sometimes.
Hurt yourself?
Yeah, sometimes.
How?
Oh, like, depends, like, whether it's through being self-destructive, like jumped out of cars before. I've cut myself before. It depends really on what's going on. It's not really thought about. It's not like a calculated thing. It just kind of happens in the moment. Like, I jumped out of a car like when I was I think I was a bit messed up at the time. It was just after a night out, and I passed out in the toilet for everyone. And I got out, and I happened to have taken loads of ecstasy that evening, and drinking and all sorts of things. I was particularly unhappy at the time, and I got into this Uber, and I can't remember why he was driving. I jumped out of the car, and I jumped and I landed on these bin bags. You can laugh, it's fine. So I landed on these bin bags, and in landing on the bin bags, I obviously broke my fall, so I was fine. And the Uber driver looked at me and was like, "Are you okay?" Well, he didn't even say that. He just looked at me and shut the door and drove off. I still gave him 5 stars, though. I still gave him 5 stars. It was worth it. It was a good guy. I mean, he at least looked a little bit. I don't want to ruin man's job, so I just kind of I just laid in the bins until like I got a new Uber. Yeah. It's funny. You can laugh. It's funny. It's funny stories. The thing is, you go through like that's the only thing. It's like I remember it's I think it's the Joker that described well, the Joker echoes a point I think made by a lot of comedians in the most recent film Joker. I've not seen it, but he says I used to think my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a comedy.
Mhm.
Now I think my life is similar to that in the sense that I mean not that I'm going to be a homicidal maniac and kill people or anything like that. No, it's not going to be the plan. But what I'm going to say is like I'm in the situation where it's like I can understand like why it's quite funny and amusing sometimes when you like tell these stories back. I find them funny. Like, that's how I get over things. I kind of like try and make jokes all the time. I mean that's my entire passion is humor, trying to make people laugh, and it's not really to make people laugh because of the way like I feel like for me like it's not for them. Sorry, I mean it sounds selfish when I put it this way. It is for them, but mostly it's for me. Like it cheers me up, like making me like doing that. And like I remember the very important transition was when I was like 15, 16. Like when I was 16 and going for all this sort of thing, I changed from the guy that wanted to be the smartest person in the room to wanting to be the funniest person or make it all about me. It's kind of depressingly attention seeking, but it's like I don't know. It's like a sense of validation for your like for myself. That's how it feels. So these things kind of make me feel better, and that's why they're so important. So when it comes to like I'm in lockdown, just focusing on one goal, I don't have my outlets. I didn't have the radio show at that time. Wasn't doing any comedy, wasn't really writing anything, didn't have any footage to edit. Like it was very, very creatively starving. And I realized that, you have those sort of different things going on. It makes it much easier to deal with. So at the days I normally would feel down about myself and contemplate hurting myself is now replaced with doing this really in many ways. This is a big distraction, and I think we're going to change the show to therapy hour with Marley Worth, I suppose. But that's it. That's how I feel. Like it's a real struggle, and a lot of people, I suppose, want to keep it kind of masked up, and partly I do. I mean, I'm expressing it now because I have to get out. That's the only thing I can really think about. That's why I'm saying it. But when it comes to the show, will I share it to people? Will be like, watch it, please. I don't know because it feels like there's so much like, which is a really good thing. It's what annoys. It sounds so hypocritical to say this because it is hypocritical because a lot of humans are hypocrites and I'm one of them. I admit it. There's so much stuff nowadays about mental health and about what you're going through. That's a really, really, really good thing, and I really do think that. But there's a thing called what we learn in university about compassion fatigue, and if you see too much of it, it's like, oh, do I really want to get involved in that person, how they feel down about themselves, and I feel that way about myself. Like when I see other people do videos, like I try to avoid it. But I don't know if that's because I don't want to hear about them or just it reminds them of me. I don't know, but I struggle to understand what to really do and what the etiquette really is. And I don't know, you just feel like sometimes you just pour your heart out, or you don't really get any. You don't really. Well, no, you don't get anything from it. No, you expect to get anything from it, but you don't get the resolution or closure or that you feel that you should have. It just doesn't feel that way sometimes. And maybe maybe that's just life. It's not always going to feel that way. It's not always going to have not everything's going to have a resolution or a perfect ending, or it's going to work out correctly. But sometimes it just feels like everything's like that. So, and that's why I get to the stage where I feel really that down about myself. But there we go, guys. It's going to be fun now from now on, hopefully. God. All right, then I'm going to take a little bit of a break there, and I'll be back after these messages. Thank you to Elaine. Thanks for sitting there, just listening. I'm sorry, but I just had to get out there today to kind of I don't know, to share it with all the Relaks Radio listeners. So I hope everyone's okay. I've been Marley Worth. This has been Elena, and we'll be back shortly. We're on the Marley and Elena show.
Relax Radio.
হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020-7474-9292 আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from 99 pounds a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, 24 hours, and let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist, or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay.
Relax Radio.
If you are an artist, or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay.
Relax Radio.
Hello, we are back, and we've got a special guest again, Scott Ambrose, as we had from last week. Hello, Scott.
Hiya.
How you doing? He's come back.
How am I doing? I
Yeah.
feel depressed for some reason. I don't know why. Jesus Christ, do I feel down?
Well, I'm sorry I have that impact on you, but it's just always the way I'm feeling, man. Like, what can I say? I mean,
Don't say anything. No one wants to hear it. We've got enough problems going on. We don't want to hear yours.
We do want to hear yours, definitely. Yeah,
No, we don't.
we do.
We do. Well, I don't know.
My window screen wiper broke yesterday. I don't want to hear about his suicidal thoughts. I've got my own problems.
Yeah. Well, I suppose there's a big
19
difference
quid
between.
it cost.
Yeah, and there's a big difference between the windshield wiper of the car that your parents got you, as opposed to the depths and depression nature of my life. I think there's a bit of a grade boundary difference there, Scott. What would you say?
Sorry, what? I wasn't listening.
Oh, good.
What did you say?
I said that there's a difference between if I'm expressing the way I feel to you about it, basically.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hi, Elena.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Very good.
So Scott,
Yeah, better than him?
What?
Are you better than Marley?
do you feel better than I do?
Oh, yeah, I definitely feel better than him, but I'm here to listen to him. So,
I mean, the bar has been set low.
Cheers, man. Cheers, man. I appreciate it.
Are you feeling better?
For me?
No, we know that was not going to happen.
Oh, you mean? Oh, Elena, are you talking about your?
Yeah, my tonsillitis. Yeah, I need to get a surgery to remove them.
You had a
'cause-
sore throat?
What?
Tonsillitis.
Tonsillitis.
Did you have a sore throat?
What?
Yeah, sore throat. Yeah. Did you have a sore throat because of tonsillitis? Was it sore? Did it
Yeah.
was it? Yeah. Was it sore? Yeah. Did it hurt?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of shifts down at the docking.
Makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
Yeah, I heard that you. Yeah, he told me that he messaged you saying "get better" or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was actually very nice.
Yeah. It's a shock. I mean, he says "get better" to you like that, and he calls this place up. Well, we call him, and he says, "Talks about how depressing I am." Bit of a difference, Dave. So he's one of my closest friends.
This
as
is
well.
how the society works. So if you are ill, like an illness like mine, because you can say wrong, Scott.
No, the only reason why I sent you a message saying I hope you get well is because I know there's hope in you getting well. Marley's a lost case.
No, it's not. No one is a lost case.
Oh, my best friend.
He's a lost. So he's like Peter Pan.
Oh, Peter Pan again. Do you want to go through Peter Pan again? Me and him have got a history about Peter Pan.
The
What's
reason
that?
why you're not going to grow up, though, is not the same reason why Peter Pan doesn't grow up.
Why?
Well, Peter Pan had like some sort of magical growing disability. Yours is because you kill yourself.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, does that make Elena my Wendy then? Or my who are you, mate? You're my Tinkerbell. Oh, good. He didn't.
I know.
Are you my Tinkerbell, Scott? Then.
I can be anything you want to be, big boy.
Nice one, man. That's good. That's good. That might cheer me up then. No, but this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry to depress you, man, but this is just how I'm feeling. I mean, I mean, look, you have the choice, yeah. You have the choice between listening to it on the radio now or when we call each other later. I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah, I'll just hang up.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Yeah, maybe you're helping other people. I can't even say it seriously.
Oh God, I do miss you, man.
You know, I mean, I have a very simple philosophy of this.
What?
I mean,
Well, if you're going to say you got simple philosophy, tell me what the simple philosophy is then.
kill yourself if it's that bad.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Well,
What do you mean?
I mean, once you realise you have the power to kill yourself, then you have the power to do anything. Because that's probably the hardest thing you can do in life, is take it.
yeah, in many ways, yeah. I suppose.
I know, so it makes putting up a shelf much easier, knowing that you can kill yourself.
Yeah, I don't need to put up any shelves though.
No.
It's difficult to hang
No,
myself
I'm
from my
listening.
shelf. It's not very high up.
I don't know what you're gonna-
Oh, God.
Although Elena seems very, like optimistic about life.
Well, yeah, she's got a lot going for her.
Of course, I'm not going to encourage him to kill himself.
Well, this,
Oh,
this
no,
is
you
different.
wouldn't.
When me and him used to do a radio show, he used to encourage me to do things like that.
No. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that.
No, she's a nice person, Scott. Got nice people in my life now.
Yeah. Oh, well, what else has been going on then?
Well, I just spent about half hour expressing to the world how sad I am and how kind of want to die, I suppose. I don't know. It depends really. There's nothing else really going on. I suppose I mean, what do you think about this new tier system within COVID? I know you're not a big fan of the old lockdown, despite the fact you've lived the lockdown life for the last 27 years. Really?
I mean, I choose to live like this. I just don't like people choosing how other people should live.
Yeah, I completely agree.
It's my decision to have no friends.
I don't think it's your decision.
Actually, that's not true.
Hearing things like you should kill yourself, Marley, you know what I mean? It's not to one of your closest friends. It's not exactly.
No, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying,
I could.
Yeah.
But you said the phrase "you should kill yourself."
Well, yeah, you should, but I'm saying that other people shouldn't.
Well, at least you're being special and nice to me, then I guess. That's always
Yeah.
lovely.
Elena, what would you, I mean, have you ever had like that? You're like, oh God, I've had enough. Do you believe in anything, Elena?
If I believe in what?
Do you believe in anything?
Do you believe in anything?
What's your core
Okay.
beliefs? Like, what drives you? What are the things that you govern what's your philosophy on life?
Do you believe in God?
I believe in destiny.
Yeah, I believe in destiny. It's a great stripper name. But believe in destiny, fate and destiny. Yeah, I mean, it's great stripper name.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't know. I believe that something happens for a reason. So
Really?
there is things that are meant to be, things that are meant to not be.
To be or not to be? That is the question. I'm holding a skull right now. It's my own skull. Very Hamlet-esque.
Do you believe in destiny?
That's a great game.
Maybe
I'm
it's
playing that.
maybe it's destined that Marley kills himself.
Oh,
God.
stop it. I feel really bad if you're saying this on the
In fact-
radio.
Well, he's going to say this to me privately anyway, so it's better we just get out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest with you, he was going to let people think this is like he's putting this on. No, you do this normally. In fact, he'd probably be worse actually. So, my very good friend, I suppose. Very nice.
Like
Very...
you backed out of the word best.
Well, I can't really say if I say my best friend, then it's like a bit like, I mean, because a best friend shouldn't encourage you to kill yourself every day. You know what I mean? It's not really the done thing. I don't think. I mean,
As long as I get mentioned in the suicide note.
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned you. I think I'd do a suicide TikTok. I'd do it to a dance. A suicide TikTok. You know, like the app.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I think I'd do a little like a live stream, like live stream my death or something. I mean, I'll get some views then. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but then it'll be pointless because then you can't even enjoy the comments.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Might
be good comments.
Should I kill myself?
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people will respond. I don't have many followers.
No.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to believe in destiny?
But she believes everything happens for a reason. I think she just explained it. She believes that like it's kind of pretty like a bit of fate sort of thing. You know.
Well, then what's the point of putting any effort into anything?
Well, if you want to go down the through nihilist Nietzsche route, I mean, then yeah, then it goes. I don't think there's anything wrong for striving for things within life, but still having the philosophy of, you know, things happen for a reason to kind of explain everything. I think if everyone has their own way of seeing things, I don't think that can really be determined by someone like you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, what would be the thing that would stop Elena killing herself?
I don't know.
What would stop me of killing myself?
I know the thing that'd start killing herself, listening to me all the time.
No, just. I mean, you always need to think that there is not just you in the world. There is people who love you.
Oh.
And if I have to kill myself, I would think first of my mom, my dad, my family.
Yeah.
Like it's selfish in their behalf.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I suppose. Well, Scott's he's very into his fashion. That's what he likes. You see, so Scott's the sort of man. You know, He's got more jackets than he's got friends.
Okay.
But he's only got one jacket.
Hey, that was a good line.
I know. I wrote it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, all of it.
The bit at the end was written by you. Yeah. I wrote most of it though.
Yeah, you did the beginning part.
Yeah, we write jokes with each other occasionally.
Okay.
I did the funny bit at the end.
Yeah, which is
But that's not important.
Yeah, I don't think you've written anything funny.
No. I do more paintings.
Yeah, he does paintings. So that's very good at painting.
I know. I saw your Instagram. It's
Yeah,
quite.
did you like it?
I do, but it's like abstract. Or
Yeah, I kind of think it's a bit abstract. Yeah, it's kind of abstract.
I think it's serial killer.
Let me go to your Instagram now.
Everyone check out Scott Ambrose on Instagram. Scott, is it Scott Ambrose 10 at Scott Ambrose 10 on Instagram?
Yeah, I've got Ambrose 10.
Go on Redbubble. Check out Rules Britannia on Ambrosia YouTube channel. Giving him more plugs than I give myself. There we go.
I've got more plugs than Microsoft Office.
Oh, ooh, nice one. That's quality. That. I got more plugs.
Yeah,
I got more plugs than Donald Trump's head.
Or Elena's pussy.
What?
I had to put the phone down on him just then. Sorry about that. Relaks Radio. Oh God, he had to ruin it at the end. Of course. I'm gonna go for a break now. I think that's very, very important. So I'll be back a bit later, and we'll continue the show. I'm Marley Worth. Thank you very much. Hold on. It's not actually working, which isn't good. There we go. Sorry about that.
Oh, relax radio.
আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে
Sorry about
রেডিও
that.
অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ
Sorry
4
about that.
times more powerful than
That's
any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020-7474-9292 আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from 99 pounds a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, 24 hours, and let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist, or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay.
Relax radio.
Hello, we are back. Got the instrumental back there. Sorry, I had a bit of a delay there. So that was Scott Ambrose. You can still check him out on Ambrosia. Rules Britannia is still there. Scott Ambrose at Scott Ambrose 10 on Instagram. So check out his art. He's also on Redbubble. A good friend of mine, of course, but you know, obviously says things sometimes out of turn. That doesn't realise the fact that I can't really be sharing that. Unfortunately, it's not our YouTube channel. Where it's all cool and all good to do those things, unfortunately. But maybe one day he'll learn. But it's the reason he's not doing any radio, and it's why I want to try and do some radio, because I don't want to. I'll be sending tapes like that. You know, it's not a dodgy podcast that I'm making. But yeah, that was a bit of I added a little bit of levity there, so quite negative, because of course I started off so sad, for example, this morning. But now, of course, we're going to cut that back a bit and talk about some normal things today, because I think I've been making things a bit more bit jurier than they should be. But I had to express it. That was just all I was thinking about. So I do appreciate that those have listened and those that understand, I suppose. And if you have any sort of issues like that yourself, then check out our email. Our email is, can't you remember it? She's the one that came out of it, but she can't remember the email. Is that Hotmail?
The Marley and Elena show. This thing
at
hotmail.com.
Okay, so it's
Probably.
it's the Marley and Elena show at hotmail.com. Email in if you got any issues, any problems, because honestly, I get it. I understand how it's difficult, especially for lockdown, to do these things. And if you need advice for someone as unhelpful advice, I suppose it would be. We don't have any only the answers here, just strong opinions with no facts or reasoning. That's the plan. That's the idea about the show. No thinking at all. Absolutely no thinking. All right, then. So we've gone through me and my depressing few weeks. I think we should go through what's going on with you at the moment. I think that's fair to say. So how have you been the last couple of weeks? Well, you had tonsillitis. So what's good? Like, was you able to work during this time?
I mean, I did go to work, but I barely speak there. But the thing is, coming to the radio with tonsillitis, with my like very blocked nose and stuff.
No kissing was allowed, so that's why she couldn't come. So, but yeah, like that's cool. So you feel, is it they better now? You're gonna get them taken out?
Yeah. So I need to get a surgery, but because of coronavirus, they are delaying it.
Oh, well, when you gonna get it then?
Maybe next year. Maybe
you've been given like some sort of
antibiotics.
Okay.
Yeah, so I need to take these antibiotics because I get tonsillitis at least 3-4 times per year. Which
really?
is
like why'd you get it that much? Like I don't even know how you get it.
They are super big, super super.
Oh,
big.
you got big tonsils.
Yeah, apparently. But I can get them even if I'm in the car with the air conditioner. If I sing a little bit because my mouth is open, I can get them just like that very easily. Not even being cold, just open in the mouth because they are super exposed.
Probably a bad idea to do radio then. You know what I mean?
Maybe because if I speak a lot, it's not a good thing for me
to speak a lot. So that's the one of the reasons.
To speak, to sing, to whatever. But
really, so your body's encouraging you to be a mute and not saying anything.
Yeah,
and the ambition you have is to get into things like radio. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I think you need to get something. Maybe get like a voice box or something. Like the ones that like the smokers have when they can't like, that's that one. They put something in there, that sort of voice.
No.
Or you can get like a Stephen Hawking creepy computer voice sort of thing.
That could work. Could work. Yeah.
Hello, I am Elena. We are going through the show today. You might be able to. It'd be quite fun. Oh, it'd be funny to have a Spanish accent one as well. That's what I find you. Sort of thing. Sorry, I made you sound like Speedy Gonzalez. Bit of a stereotype there, but there we go. Yeah. So obviously you had tonsillitis, and how has work been going? I mean, of course you got moved over last time.
Yeah, but this week I'm back with my last class.
You're back. Oh yeah. Okay.
Back with my beautiful boy.
Beautiful boy.
Wait, not beautiful boy, my favorite one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the one that likes you.
He doesn't like me, but he talks to me. He's confident with me. So.
Oh, the one that got bullied. Well, not bullied, but left out.
Let's
say left
so
out.
This one.
I relate to this kid on so many levels. Okay.
So he's super happy now that I'm back in his class, but just for this week probably because my class has been self-isolating for 2 weeks. So last week was self-isolating. So apparently one of the children got test positive for coronavirus.
Oh.
So the class is quarantining. So last week, this week, and then next week I'll go back to my old class. So he will be upset with me again.
Oh, okay.
But he was super nice. Yesterday we were singing like Christmas songs on the way to the park.
Okay, I'm gonna put this out there right now. We're gonna get to we got to Christmas, yeah. Why there's like I saw Christmas trees up in people's houses, from like the 8th of November, or something ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? It's the 12 days of Christmas, or 12 days and 12 days afterwards. It's meant to be from like the 12th or 13th of December. You don't put a Christmas tree in this early. It's ridiculous. And my sister's got hers up there, and it just looks silly. Like, what? Why are you putting a Christmas tree up? I can't stand Christmas. I'll be honest. I've always hated it.
Why? It's such a beautiful time. I really want to go to see the Christmas lights.
What, in Oxford Street?
No, I don't want to go to Oxford Street. I think Oxford Street is like a ugly street.
Well, yeah, it's just all shops and stuff. I mean, it's nothing majorly beautiful down there.
So I really want to go.
The only thing beautiful down there is capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. That's beautiful. But no, as opposed to anything else. I mean, I don't really. I've never been into Christmas. I used to have to get woken up for my presents. I've said that before. It's actually the truth, though. That's legitimately the truth. Like, I don't really get of it. It's not really for me. So, especially with Christmas lights and then putting everything up, it's just long and what are you doing? You know what I mean? Not really my sort of thing.
But it looks nice. It's worth it.
I've turned the mic off. I'm joking. This is great having all the power here. You can just turn a mic off if you want to. It's not or not. It's really good to use it. I mean, I understand why power corrupts people because it is so tantalizing and so fun and so amazing. But yeah, like Christmas is one of them in which, especially now, because I mean, there's talk about them like opening up for a certain amount of families to see each other. I mean, it's going to be interesting because I mean, I don't. I don't even really want to go. Like, I kind of fancy a Christmas on my own this year. You know, it sounds depressing. I put it like that,
But the
like,
thing is, you say that, but like a few programs before, I told you, oh, if you are alone and we are doing something in my
no, but that's
in
because
my
I'd rather hang out with like mates than I would hang out with family. And that sounds horrible, but I know what my family Christmas is like.
yeah, you might have a reason for that. So
Yeah,
cool.
you know, like with for friends, that'd be a laugh. That'd be a lot of. That'd be like just different people. Be more interesting. But I'd even happily have it on my own. I've probably been convinced, probably to a certain extent. I suppose I've not spent as much time with my family this year as I would have done in a normal year. I think the same was his with a majority of people. But yeah, there we go. That's the thing. It's really really important, I think, I suppose, to spend it with them when you do have the chance. So I probably have changed my mind, but there will be one year where I will have a Christmas alone. Maybe not this year, because it shouldn't really be this year, I suppose, because of lockdown, and you might as well take advantage of the fact you can see family and be very very nice to spend it with them, because I think it'd be, especially people that can't see them, so I'd be not that it should impact me or anything like that, but it'd be a bit, I suppose, mildly cruel in a sense. But I don't know. Like I think I could see myself in one year just having it. Just it's I'm in the transitional age. I think that's the problem. In a very transitional age. So my age, like, so as you know, I'm 24 years old. The age that I am at the moment, it's in between. It's an in between age. Like when you're a kid, like obviously a few years and you're a teenager, you're hanging out with your family, and then when you're an adult and you've got your own family, and you're sort of seeing, creating your own sort of life. Like I'm in the in between stage at the moment. I'm not really close to either side at the moment. It's like a real like limbo, like the Christmas limbo, let's call it. The Christmas limbo. I'm in a Christmas limbo because you don't really know, because you want to have, I suppose, you want to set yourself up with your own sort of modern sort of fan. I suppose it'd be nice to have it like some mates, as I said. That's why I'd agree to go around yours, or maybe if my friends of mine, or maybe if my chef friend, maybe I went. I remember going. His cooking's amazing all the time, so it'd be kind of nice to have a nice meal with him, I suppose. But
Is he a chef?
yeah.
Where?
In this place called I don't want to reveal it. I won't reveal it.
Tell me later.
I'll tell you later. But the reason is because I want to get him to guest on this show at some point, so I might get him to guest next week. Because he's a chef, so he's going to tell me all the chef stories.
Okay.
But obviously, he wants to be anonymous because he doesn't want to like reveal it all and like contracts and stuff. So he doesn't want to say all the stuff, the mad stuff that happens. Because I know there's mad stuff that goes on to being a chef. Like there's mad stuff like excessive drug use, like cowboy. The nature would be like the cowboying, like how you make certain food and you do it kind of like in a dodgy, like not dodgy way, but like a very much like you wouldn't expect an expensive place to do it like that sort of thing. So it's very interesting to hear those stories. I mean, it's always there's always a fascination, I think, when it comes to the human psyche, when it comes to meal times. I think that's always interesting. So we'll have that. He'll have him as a guest next week at some point, either next week or the week after. It depends. I just need to chat to him. But yeah, so Christmas coming up. I mean, obviously you're spending it over here with your new family, in your accommodation family, which you very much bonded. I mean, I think.
Well, I'm spending Christmas in Spain.
Are you actually spending?
Yeah.
You're going back to Spain.
Yeah.
You're now going back.
Yeah, from the 20th to the 28th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'll be back for New Year's.
I don't think anything's going to happen New Year's. In fact, if you do say New Year's, can you invite me?
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I've got nothing going on, so that'd be great. Boom, got plans. The reason I say that is because like New Year's, like nothing's really going on, so and I don't really have a situation to really. Like I could have party around mine, but I hate parties around mine. So I tell you why, because I am when I go to people's houses, man, I am the G. Like I do not mess people's places up. Like I am even party situation, I do not mess. But I don't trust anyone else. No one's as good as me.
Okay.
And when it comes to that, because my mum was very much OCD, clean free. Like she's one of them. Like she used to do these things on the settee sofa where she'd have like a blanket on it and it had to be done a specific way. And if it's out of place slightly, she would just cane you. So like. Not actually hit you, but like her bark is worse than her bite. But her bark is very deafening, and yeah, she's so used to it. So ever since then, it's been kind of drilled into me. Like if I'm around someone's house, like I'm the best.
Yeah.
So so like that's what I'm saying, like because it's gonna be awkward, yeah. Because I remember like last year, last New Year's was quite fun, but I mean it's not really. No club's gonna be open. Every club's getting shut down. Like that's the thing. It's, I saw the early like a club I used to go to back in the day, Egg, London, which is a rave club. Like they're asking for money. All these places are asking for money because they're all going to get shut down. I mean, no nightlife really. It's going to be what it's going to be. There is going to be nightlife, but eventually, it's going to be all new companies, I suppose. And to a certain extent, I actually don't feel that bad about them because I mean they did charge me £25 for a ticket. If you don't book ahead, for you who said they charge you £25 a ticket, and it's not worth £25 a ticket, man. You know what I mean? I'm not, 25.
You don't get drinks with this 25.
No.
Wow.
That's just ticket.
Wow.
Drinks. You're looking at least about 7, 5, 6, 7 quid. Yeah. I remember going over there a weekend and spending like 400, 500 quid.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Because
But I tell you what, it was a great weekend though. It was like it was me and my mate, man. It was another my chef friends. We used to have these nights out, and it's weird because like now I've got to the stage now in my life in which like when I go on a night out, I don't enjoy it as much as I used to because I've not had one for a while, so I'd enjoy to have one. I realized that when it comes to chatting to those different people and doing all those sort of things, like I've kind of lived that life in a sense. Like I've been that guy that just goes and chats to different people and all that. And I'm at a stage now where it's like I'd rather just go with a select group of friends and kind of keep myself to myself in a sense. Like not saying I wouldn't want to talk to new people because I really, really do, but I don't like it when we just link up with like sometimes we link up with people are just so annoying. I remember me and my friend once, we linked up with we went bowling and we met these two girls, and one of them was lovely, absolutely lovely, and the other one, she was nice, but then got really annoying. I went to a pub afterwards, and she was so annoying, and she was like, we're outside at this pub, and she was being very, very rude to this posh guy, and insulting him for what he did. Like he was a banker basically, so of course he's going to get a bit of insults. Obviously he's a high achieving guy, there's no need to be rude, and she was just being really rude to him, so he clapped back, and I said to my mate, I was like, look, we cannot be hanging out here. Like I cannot be hanging out with these girls. So we lied. We said, oh, we're just meeting a mate of ours. Meet us at this pub. We'll see you later. And we just left. Because just sometimes you just interact with the wrong people, and you don't want to take them to places you go to because you don't want to bump into them. So there we go. Crazy times. I'm looking forward to, I suppose, going out again at a certain stage. Of course, because I think with the new lockdown system, they're going to bring. I don't know. They're going to bring back pubs, aren't they? I don't know. It depends what tier system. If it's like tier 1, like I think it's like they're going to shut at 11 all these places, but they are going to start bringing them back now after this month lockdown. I think they realize they can't keep it shut for any longer, because otherwise everyone's going to go out of business and everyone's going to lose their job. So they're going to bring it back. So hopefully having a semblance of normality, I can perform again, do those sort of things again. Would be nice. And then when it gets to March, because they announced. Okay, we're going to come back with this actually, because I think I'm just flying between topics like I normally do. But we're going to go take a little bit of a break now, and we're going to come back and discuss, I suppose, the new vaccine situation, and also what that means for the future of us, for the future of humanity. In fact, let's be that grandiose today. So I'm Marley Worth. This is
Elena,
and we'll be back shortly.
Whoa, Relax Radio.
আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান, তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020-7474-9292. আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করুন from £99 a month. Increase your business by advertising on Relax Radio.
It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. It's time for a show on Relax Radio. It talks about me and you. So listen to us, 24 hours, and let the happiness come to you on Relax Radio. Tune in to Relax Radio.
It has been too long. No one has taken the initiative to know who you are and what you do. Well, Relax proudly presents Relax Media to unite and expose all media-related personalities under one umbrella. If you are an artist, or maybe you're looking for one, look no further. Log on to www.relaxmedia.com, RELAKS media.com. In return, you get a free webpage and exposure to wider fan appreciation and contacts. Also, optional personal manager. Don't delay.
Relax Radio.
We are back. So we're back. Absolutely fantastic to be back as always. To share with you guys. I feel a bit better now, which is good, I suppose. I couldn't feel any worse. I think earlier. So I feel a bit better now. I think it's just good to kind of put everything out there. Hope hoping anyone would appreciate it. Really, I understand. Anyway, so as we said before, talk about what's going on because I mean, there's been a big talk at the moment from what's going on with the COVID vaccine at the moment. So there's multiple COVID vaccines. I think there's one from Pfizer and from biotech and all these different places in which they have these COVID vaccines available, which apparently are about 90% effective, 94% effective. Now that is good news. That is good news, I suppose. If we can get us back to a semblance of normality, of course, that is a good thing. And I think that's a breakthrough in science is always a good thing. But this is my perspective on it, and people might disagree with me, but I want you to listen to my reasoning. And this is why I'll explain properly why I have my perspective. Now, when it comes to a coronavirus vaccine, I will not be taking it. And now that's not because I'm this anti-vax person that's anti-vaccination. I think they're all, trying to, give us autism or something, like that sort of anti-vax. I'm not of that perspective. But what I will say is it takes like 6-7 years for a normal vaccine to get onto the market. To be used from, get through FDA regulations, things like that internationally and to be used by the masses. Now, this has been developed in what is less than a year. Mm-hmm. It's been less than a year. It's not even been a year yet. It's a year in March. I mean, we know about it before then, but until like lockdown and stuff. So it's less than a year, though. We can comfortably say that. So if it's been developing less than a year, I don't trust it. Mm-hmm. And I will never trust it. And just due to the fact it's developed too quickly. Now, people always use that really, really bad argument. The argument that, oh yeah, but you're willing to, have a burger from, this location and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but if that's not really the same though, is it? If you're comparing, things you consume for, for other things, for example, as opposed to getting, it's not, you're not consuming a burger to prevent a disease. You're eating a burger for sustenance and trying to eat, and that could be disgusting, or could be nice, but it's understandable why you'd be concerned about what people put into you when it comes to things like vaccines or things that are injected, due to the fact that you don't know any of the side effects. And there's been histories like throughout years of drugs that have been made available that have caused later problems. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but the risk within itself, I'm not high risk myself, and I don't think I'm going to get it. And I still don't. Of course, they'll be used for people that do want them and are comfortable, and that's completely fine. But for me personally, I will not be having it. What's your perspective, Elena?
I totally agree with you.
Really?
Yeah, honestly. In this aspect, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to see like people having it, like, and then see how they react.
Yeah. So you want to see all the old people, see if they die.
Not the old people, but just let's see how people
let's see the
get
impact,
in the vaccine. Yeah. First. Because you never know.
Well, look, it's not. I mean, it's not unbelievable, is it? I mean, it's formaldehyde, all these demise.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it has like secondary effects that they don't know yet.
Yeah, it's got
definitely.
And it's remember, it's preventative. So I if you go out somewhere and there's rumors of people like I remember there's a rumor that Ticketmaster turned out not to be true, but I did a video about it as well. Ticketmaster were going on about how they feel about what's it called coronavirus vaccine, saying that if you, in order to go for a Ticketmaster event, you'd have to have a coronavirus vaccine, prove that you've had it, or show that you've had a test within the last few days. Now,
But like
mi- uh, that-
Qantas, the airline, to fly with Qantas,
Yeah.
the Australian airline, you need to get the vaccine. Otherwise, you can't fly with them.
yeah, I think that's an affront and a complete prejudice and restriction to human freedom. And I will not be using the airline at all, and I will not be going to any Ticketmaster events if that's the case, because that is a violation of human rights, in my opinion. And I will not support anything that goes for that. I don't care if I want to go to the concert; I'd happily just stay at home then, because that's far more important to me. You should not have to. Imagine you have to meet all these requirements to go places. It's never really been done before, and in my opinion, it's a pseudo form of minor eugenics in the sense, in my opinion, which maybe sounds harsh because eugenics is a very like nasty thing. That is, but I think that in its philosophy, I think I think a lot of people understand me. If like you have to take this for you to go somewhere, for my opinion, that's ridiculous. I've said this many times before, and I keep saying it, and I always keep saying it. There's a false assumption that if you are living your life and walking around, that you're actively spreading a virus if you don't conform to these ideas, if you don't have a vaccine, if you don't have a mask. That is really not the case. Actively spreading a virus is doing things that actively spread a virus, which is like, I don't know, licking things, getting DNA, just doing disgusting things like that. That'd be actively trying to spread it. If you're just living your life and you're trying to just keep going on, you're not actively spreading a virus. And it's a real clever PR move that the government have used to put all the basis and all the weight of what's going on the public themselves rather than their poor handling of it. And I like to think a lot of people would agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess so.
I agree with you, honestly.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I don't see the point of I don't see that. It sounds horrible. I don't really see the point of taking a vaccine. I'm not going to get it. Maybe it sounds arrogant. I mean, it does sound arrogant, but I'm going to be arrogant now. I know I'm not going to die of it, and I don't think, at the moment at least, I don't really see the figures themselves. I'm kind of confused as to a lot of what's going on, because there's Matt Hancock saying things like that a lot of the testing doesn't work and all that sort of thing. I don't want to get full conspiracy theory, but it's not. I don't think it's unbelievable now. I really don't feel that it's not. People putting so much faith in a government that's failing, and believing their advice and following what they're going through, So I don't understand why you can't scrutinize it. And if you do scrutinize, you're considered like a COVID idiot or something, or COVID whatever that is, which is a really, really poor play on words. None of them are exactly Shakespeare when it comes to the old language. But then again, people that have that 1984 mentality aren't very good with language anyway. Bit of double speak, trying to limit language within itself. So COVID idiots. Oh, I'm very clever. I'm Piers Morgan. Ugh. I shout on TV in the mornings. Bloody hell. What talent. It's true though, like it's just irritating a lot of time. I think a lot of this stuff as well, like, everyone keeps going on about the media. I guess we're the media to a certain extent. It was in our own way, and we want to be part of it, of course, as studying journalism, but I think it's very, very important at times to realize how much you kind of be bombarded by this stuff. So I try and avoid it, because otherwise it just depresses me even more. Constantly getting, stay at home, don't stay at home, stay at home, don't stay at home, do this, do that, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. This is like a bad Simon Says. Boris says, what does Boris not say? Well, Alexander is his real name, but there we go. So hopefully this will be over just soon. It just felt like the longest. Like, the thing is, it feels like the longest year ever, in a sense. I mean, it's gone kind of quickly to a certain extent, but it just feels such a slog. You don't really have the enjoyment in life that you had before. not really doing the things you want to do because you've just been restricted by this time, and that's very very hard. And I think when people try to demean people that are struggling or try and suggest that you're not, try and force it, compare it to like the World War, for example. Like, oh, our ancestor did world wars and or did all that. It's like it's such a false equivalence. It's really really irritating. They always go for that argument because it's an easy argument to make. They don't really have any idea, or they don't really understand how to articulate their point of view without trying to emotionally blackmail you. And I think that's really wrong. And I think most people are decent. I think most people are decent people, and I think most people try and be decent people. And I don't think they're ever in a position where they want others to suffer because they're selfish. It's not. It's that this is the bad presentation. Like, they're all having house pies. How selfish? Are they doing that? How selfish? It's like, okay, all right then. So all socializing is bad. All community aspects of community. So let's grass them up then. Let's go on Instagram. Let's go on this and grass up where everyone is to the place, and then you realize you have no neighbors anymore because you grassed them up. Because who's the person that's going to come around, give you a cup of sugar? Who's going to help you change a tire? It's not going to be the police. It's not going to be Boris Johnson. It's not going to be the government. It's going to be your neighbor. Well, it would have been until you grassed them up. It's creating a Stasi. It's creating its own self, like a nation of people encouraged to snitch and grass on people. And I'll never respect that. Ever. And I don't think a lot of people would. Getting very serious today, isn't it? It's just my audition for Newsnight, I think. But yeah, that's how I feel, because it's like that you're encouraged to grasp on. Oh, this person's meeting this person's doing that. No. It's like just such a waste of just time and energy doing things like that. I have just no respect for it. I really do. I really have no respect to it. And people just having unlawful fines. Like, oh, you're fined. Like I've said this again. If I get fined for something to do with the Corona clause, I call it, then I won't be paying it, and I never will. And I'd happily go to prison instead, because it's an affront and an insult to the very nation of your own independent sovereignty, for you as a person, your own individuality. And they've removed the sense of self and tried to make it a collective, and without a community, and stripped it of all its identity to kind of make everyone one. It's like social communism. Social cultural Marxism is what we're living in now. And it needs to end, really. I think this is frustrated a lot of people. I think a lot of people are understanding what's going on, and there's enough of people that have. I just wish everyone keeps this energy throughout now. I just really wish they can scrutinize, different aspects of society much more now. The same as the energy they had through lockdown, through things going through them, as they did back in the day. Like, the things. I just wish that they keep it up and maintain consistency, because only then can real change be had, as opposed to doing the human thing, which is the human nature thing of being rather flippant, and one day you feel that way, one day you don't. And yeah, I guess so. So I just looking at me and nodding the entire time. It just looks, it looks like it just, as I said, the therapy aspect of it. But it's been a very confessional show, I suppose.
Mhm.
Very trying to kind of make sense of what's going on, and what the next steps are, because I mean, I don't know if you noticed, like, throughout the summer, how was it for you? Like, I found it fun, but there was a bit of a tension there, like when you interact with people, in a sense that,
Oh, summer.
yeah, and like just after, like when they started open, like it was around, I think it was like July 4th or something, is when they opened pubs, and there's more things open. It's been like a few months without people interacting, and it's a bit tentative. I found it, at least, when you're interacting with different people, that people found it a bit awkward. No? Well, you were in
Mm,
Spain though, so
yeah, I was in Spain. We start going out at the end of May,
Mm.
I believe. Yeah, at the end of May. I don't interact with people that I don't know. Like, I'm a bit antisocial, so I'm just gonna go with my friends.
Yeah, I get that.
And I don't go to pubs because it's not a thing, pubs in Spain.
No, I know. Like I remember my aunts came over once. And they said to my mum and me, and they were like, "Oh, the English drink so much." And we were like, "Yeah, we do." You know, that's how you pass the time. You know what I mean? Like we don't have a siesta. You know? We can't just fall asleep in the middle of the day and go back to work and have a big, long, late dinner. Don't really do that. You see, we just keep drinking alcoholism. It's always the way to go. But I think we're going to wrap up the show today. It's been a bit of a different one today. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. It's been a different feel. I mean, normally it's been a few laughs here and there, but I think, I don't know. I just had to express the way I felt and what's going on really with me, and what's going on in the future. So I hope all of you guys enjoyed the show. You can send forward the problems you have at the Marley and Elena show at hotmail.com
or on Instagram.
Or on Instagram. Do it on Instagram as well. So Marley and Elena show on Instagram. Follow that page. Make sure you follow it and send in some questions. I don't control the admin, so it's fantastic because Elena does. So she can look through the questions or problems you have. Because look, that's why I wanted to share something from me today, because I didn't want to sit there and have everyone talk about their issues and feel that they're exposed without being real with myself and kind of what's going on in my life, because I can't. I'm not the sort of person that can really just fake and put things on at times. I wish I could kind of act all the way. If I feel bad, I feel bad. It's can be very, very difficult. But I really appreciate everyone listening today. I appreciate Scott, even though a bit sweary and nonsense. I think he needs to take a break from the show for a little bit, but I'll be chatting to him later anyway. I think he'll survive. Thanks, Elena, today for listening to me, I suppose. And thanks to Relaks Radio, I suppose to give me the opportunity to kind of share my the way I feel from day to day, because I think people underestimate how much of an outlet these sort of platforms can be. So I think it really does put a level of positivity into my life, at least. So I really appreciate it. So I've been Marley Worth. This is Elena, and I'll thank you for the show today. And we're gonna see you soon. Thank you very much.
Whoa, Relaks Radio.
আপনি হয়তোবা জানেন না যে রেডিও অ্যাডভার্টাইজমেন্ট ইজ 4 times more powerful than any other media. রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে যদি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করতে চান তাহলে আমাদেরকে আজই যোগাযোগ করুন on 020 7474 9292 আমাদের সাথে অ্যাডভার্টাইজ